Chances are, if you're watching this video and you're a regular viewer of my channel, you would have seen the movie Annabelle. If you have, great. You know a little bit of backstory for today's video. If you haven't, also great, because you're in for a little bit of a roller coaster. Annabelle is one of the most infamous haunted dolls known to man. With supposed real evidence behind it being haunted, it's very hard to deny the claims. But what if I told you, as of yesterday, Annabelle, the most haunted doll in the world, has gone missing? Today, lady and man, we are taking a deep dive into the history of Annabelle, the disturbing story behind the haunting, and the weird new developments about it going missing. And yes, apparently it is missing. I'm not making that up. We will get into that shortly. The earliest version of the Annabelle story takes place in 1970. According to the story by Ed and Lorraine Warren, the doll was bought from a hobby store by a mum in search of a birthday gift for her daughter. That daughter was Donna, a 28-year-old nursing student living in Hartford, Connecticut, and she shared her apartment with another nursing student named Angie. Donna was given the doll and not much else was thought of it. It was a nice gift, you know, but it's a doll. I would have preferred like an air fryer or something. Maybe the Ninja Foodie Max. Now that would be a cool gift. Life kept moving for Donna, and for a while everything was pretty normal. But after a few weeks, strange things began to happen. According to this story, the doll started to move on its own. Not massively. It didn't just turn into Ted overnight, but smaller, subtle changes in its position and posture. They would leave it on the couch only to return and find it in a different room. And that alone, that was pretty weird. But then came the notes. Donna and Angie claim they began finding small scraps of paper around the apartment. Each contained scribbled messages written in what looked like a child's handwriting. The messages were cryptic, saying things like "help Lou" or "help us," or even one pretty fucked up moment. It left a message saying, "subscribe to Marina Jaros." Ooh, scary. One day, Donna reportedly found the doll with what looked like a smear of blood on its chest. So then, and only then, they decided to call a medium. I'm not sure why it took them that long. I would have been out at the first sign of anything. The medium's reading produced the name Annabelle Higgins. According to her, the spirit of a 7-year-old girl had died on the property long before the apartment complex was built. So the doll wasn't actually haunted when it was bought. The child had apparently latched onto the doll once it entered the apartment and was now seeking comfort. And this is the part of the story that I think I find the least believable. Donna and Angie felt sorry for the doll and agreed to let it stay with them. What? Are you fucking for real? So, as you can imagine, things only got worse. What? This is when Lou entered the picture. Lou was a friend of the roommates. He had never actually liked the doll and reported feeling uneasy around it. So he urged Donna to get rid of it. Lou seems like the only rational one in that friend group. One night, Lou claimed to have experienced a pretty fucked up encounter. As the story goes, he was asleep on the couch when he woke up with a feeling of paralysis and dread. He said he looked down and saw the doll climbing on his body, and as it reached to his... Guys, where's the color going? Sometimes it seems like that, right? Color is more washed out. Things aren't as exciting as they once were. It happens. I've gone through it. Chances are you or someone you know has as well. When you go through these moments in life, it really helps to talk to someone professional. BetterHelp is the paid partner of this video, and they're on a mission to make starting therapy easier. Something that I think we can all agree is definitely needed in today's world. All it takes is for you to fill out a questionnaire and you'll get matched with a therapist as soon as possible. But okay, not every therapist is going to be quite right for you, and that's okay. But what happens if you don't gel with your therapist? Well, BetterHelp makes it easy to switch therapists at any time with no extra cost, meaning you don't actually have to worry about getting stuck with someone who doesn't quite understand what's going on in your life. BetterHelp has over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/spoonguy and get 10% off your first month of therapy. That's betterhelp.com/spoonguy for 10% off your first month. Now where was I? Oh yeah, Annabelle reached up his chest and put her hands around Lou's neck, causing him to wake up from his sleep. It was a dream, but the next day, something even stranger happened. Lou felt an unseen force claw across his chest, which actually ended up leaving 3 long red marks. So obviously at this point, Donna ended up getting in contact with the Warrens. Ed and Lorraine Warren were already prominent figures in the paranormal community by the time they were contacted about the Annabelle case. After interviewing Donna, Angie, and Lou, the Warrens concluded that the entity attached to the doll was not the spirit of a child, but it was actually something far more dangerous. According to them, the medium had been manipulated. They claimed a demonic spirit had pretended to be a child in order to gain the roommate's trust, and eventually it wanted to possess a human host. Just like I will. If you don't subscribe to Jaros, subscribe to Jaros, subscribe to Jaros. The Warrens took the doll with them and it ended up in the Warren Occult Museum, a room in the basement of their home filled with objects said to have been connected to spooky things. One of the most often repeated stories involves a guy who visited the museum with his girlfriend, and apparently he mocked Annabelle and challenged it to do something. And then on the way home he crashed his motorcycle and died. Very weird coincidence. Very weird. For decades, the Annabelle doll's story remained relatively niche, known to fans of the paranormal, but not really to the general public. That changed in 2013 with the release of The Conjuring, which eventually led to Annabelle getting her own movie titled Annabelle. But it doesn't really follow the story properly. In fact, it doesn't even look like Annabelle. I guess the original design isn't the most threatening looking thing in the world. Now look, there's a lot of speculation about the Annabelle doll, and in fact, there's a lot of speculation about the Warrens in general. The Warrens' version of the Annabelle story is exactly that, a version. It's never been paired with official documents, photos, or any witnesses. Most of what we know about the case comes from the Warrens themselves or from books written by their collaborators. And there's never really been any tangible evidence. The doll has never moved on camera, it's never been linked to verified crimes, and it's never been put into third-party investigation. No one outside of the Warren circle has confirmed that the doll is even haunted. And let's be real, the Warrens don't have the best track record, so it's sort of hard to believe without seeing any evidence. And now, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Right now, the Annabelle doll is speculated to be on tour around the US as part of the Devils on the Run tour. Keyword, speculated. No one actually saw the doll on the tour. So then rumors spread that it had escaped, and in the horror community, that made headlines, which seems like great timing, especially when the trailer for the new Conjuring movie came out 2 weeks ago, and it's meant to release in a couple of months. You get what I'm trying to say. As of today, the real Annabelle doll remains inside its case. The Warren Occult Museum has been closed to the public since 2019 due to zoning violations, but the doll is still in the family's possession. Ed and Lorraine have since passed away, and the Warren's son-in-law, Tony Spurra, now serves as the guardian of the doll. The doll is not missing. They just wanted to advertise a movie. And still, to this day, we haven't seen any evidence at all of the doll being truly haunted. Sorry to burst your bubble, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe.